There are moments in life that arrive quietly, without headlines, without warning, yet they alter the course of everything that follows. For Deborah Roberts, a woman known for her calm authority and compassionate presence, that moment did not come under studio lights or on a red carpet. It came in the stillness, when reflection is unavoidable and truth has a way of speaking plainly. For decades, Deborah built a career on listening. As a journalist, she learned to ask careful questions and hold space for other people's stories. She mastered the art of empathy on camera, guiding viewers through complex emotions with steadiness and grace. To many, she appeared unshakable, poised, accomplished, and grounded in purpose. But like so many who spend their lives supporting others, Deborah was quietly carrying questions of her own. Those close to her say the turning point began as a subtle unease rather than a dramatic event, a sense that the pace of life, once energizing, had become relentless. The roles she played, professional, partner, mother, caretaker, were meaningful, but they left little room for stillness. It was during one such pause, unplanned and deeply personal, that an unexpected revelation surfaced. It wasn't a single sentence or a sudden realization. It was a layering of truths, a recognition that strength does not mean silence, that showing up for everyone else should not come at the cost of showing up for oneself, and perhaps most importantly, that reinvention is not reserved for the young. It is available to anyone willing to listen inwardly. For Deborah, this realization prompted a reassessment of what balance truly meant. Not the tidy version we often imagine, but the honest kind that allows for rest, boundaries, and vulnerability. She began to acknowledge the quiet weight she had been carrying, the expectations, the constant motion, the belief that pausing might look like weakness. What followed was not a retreat from responsibility, but a recentering of priorities. Deborah leaned into conversations she had postponed. She allowed herself to be supported, not just supportive. And in doing so, she modeled something powerful for those watching from afar, that growth can be gentle and courage can be quiet. Those who know Deborah describe this period as one of renewed clarity. Her work took on a deeper resonance, informed by lived experience rather than distance. Her voice, already trusted, gained a new warmth shaped by introspection. Viewers sensed it, even if they couldn't name it. There was a softness paired with strength, a steadiness that came from alignment rather than endurance. For audiences in their 60s and beyond, Deborah's story strikes a familiar chord. It speaks to the seasons of life when achievements are plentiful, yet questions persist. When the world assumes you've figured it all out, but your inner life asks for attention. Her turning point reminds us that wisdom is not static, it evolves as we do. In sharing glimpses of this chapter, Deborah did not offer grand declarations or dramatic confessions. Instead, she offered honesty. She spoke of listening more closely, to loved ones, to the work, and to herself. She spoke of choosing presence over perfection and meaning over momentum. These choices, though personal, resonated widely. Perhaps the most profound impact of Deborah's revelation is the permission it grants others. Permission to pause, to reassess, to acknowledge that even a life well lived can benefit from recalibration. In a culture that celebrates constant achievement, her example quietly champions reflection. Today, Deborah Roberts continues her work with the same professionalism that defined her career, but with a renewed sense of purpose. The unexpected revelation did not change who she was, it clarified who she wanted to be, and in that clarity, she found a steadier joy. Her story reminds us that turning points do not always announce themselves. Sometimes they arrive as a whisper, inviting us to listen more closely. For those willing to heed it, that whisper can change everything. And for viewers who have lived full lives, faced crossroads, and discovered that growth has no expiration date, Deborah's journey offers a comforting truth. It's never too late to choose yourself, thoughtfully, courageously, and with grace.